So today we'll be learning how to convert binaries to decimal. In one of my videos, which I titled it Binaries, we learned the basic rules and regulations on counting binaries and decimals. So these were the rules that governs the way we count decimals and binaries. So in this video, we are going to dive deeper to count or convert binaries to decimals. As you all know, binaries or computers understand one language, and that is binaries, zeros and one. So with that aside, if you have watched this video or you are coming across this video for the first time, please do well to give it a share. So let's go straight to business. So in counting binaries, first of all, let's look at the sequential formula of counting binaries. For example, if we have one bit here, and then in another place you will have another bit here, and in another place you are going to have another bit here, another place you are going to have another one here, and in another place you are also going to have another one here, which is 16, and in another place you are going to have another one here. Then if you look at all these together, you will discover that there is one thing which is common here. From here we are incrementing this bit by bit. So you will discover that in every sequential formula or in every sequential place we have a multiplication of 2. So here we say 1 plus 1, which give birth to these 2, and here we say 2 plus 2, which give birth to this place, to this 4, and from here we say 4 plus 4, which give birth to this 8, and 8 plus 8 is equals to 16. Then 16 plus 16 is equals to 32, and so on and so forth. So in networking, we also have this formation. We have 32 bits, we have 64 bits, we have 128 bits, and these are the common ones we find in networking or in cybersecurity. So first of all, let's go straight and write 1 here. So if we write 1, the next value should be 2, the next value should be 4, and the next value should be... So if you look at this formation, if we have 1 here, the next value should be 2, and the next value should be 4, and the next value should be 8, and the next value should be 16, and the next value should be 32, and the next value should be 64, and the next value should be 128. So these are the basic values we are going to use. So in this case, let's assume we have a binary numbers that is in 8 bits, and from here we have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This should be in 8 bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are zeros in 8 bits. And if you want to convert this from binary to decimal, the first thing we are going to do, and the simplest way, is to arrange them one by one. So in this case, we are going to arrange them horizontally, and we arrange 0 here, we put this 0 here, we are putting another 0 here, we put another 0 here, insert this 0 here, another 0 here, another 0 here, and finally another 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's be sure. So the best thing we are going to do here is to add up those numbers that are not zeros, or that doesn't fall on this bit of zeros. So if you come here, you discover that 28 falls under this 0. We are not going to add it. 64 falls under this 0. We are not going to add it. 32 falls under this 0. We are not going to add it. 16 falls under this 0. We are not adding it. 8 falls under this 0. 4 falls under this 0. Sorry, my 0 looks like 6, but not 6. 2 falls under this 0. 1 falls under this 0. So in the nutshell, you will discover that 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 is also equals to 0 in binary. Then the second one we are going to do is, in case we have a binary number that it is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So if you want to convert this, we are going to spread it horizontally so that it will be easier for us to see things the way they are. So if you look at it, you can add any number that falls under a 1 and not 0. So in this case, I'm going to take this 128, and 128 falls under this 0. Then we are going to add it here. 64 falls under this 1, Well, then we say 128 plus 64 plus 32 because it falls under this 0, plus 16 because it falls under this 0, plus 8 because it falls under this 0, plus 4 because it falls under this 0, plus 8 because it falls under this 0, plus 1 because it falls under this 1. I mean to say all this falls under this 1. I mean to say 0. So if you join all of them together that falls under this 1, you will have 255. So this is the binary value for 11111111. So now let's try something a little bit more complex. If we have a binary number of 00101011, if you have this binary number, we are going to add 120 by 0. We are not going to add it because it carries a 0. 64, we are not going to add it because it has a 0. 32, we are going to add it because it has 1. This one, we are not going to add it because it has a 0. This one, we are going to add it because it has a 0. 4, we are not going to add it because it carries a 0. 1, we are going to add it because it carries 1. And 1, we are going to add it because it carries 1. So at the end of the day, we are going to add those bits that carries 1. So if you add 32 plus 8 plus 2 plus 1, you will discover that we have 43, and this is the decimal value for this binary number. So let's go ahead and convert another one. If you have this binary number 00010001, what is the decimal value for this binary number? So if you look at it very well, there is 0 here, we're not going to add it. 0 here, we're not going to add it. 0 here, we're not going to add it. 1 here, then we are going to add it. So we are adding 16. 0 we are not going to add. 0 we are not going to add. 0 we are not going to add. So 1 here we are going to add. So we are going to add 16 plus 1. 16 plus 1 is going to give us what? 17 here. So 17 is a decimal value for this binary number. So let's try another thing more complicated. If we have this binary number 1001 0110. So if you have this binary number, what is the decimal number for this binary number? So if you come here, we are going to add 128 here. So let me open a calculator so that we see it. We are going to add 128 because it falls under 1. We are going to add the next one is 16. So 128 plus 16. So we are going to add the next one, which is 1 here, and it falls under 4, and we are going to add plus 4, then plus 2 equals to 150. So this binary number here is equals to 150 in decimal. So let's go ahead and try something more complex again. But before we get there, please feel free to pause this video and do this quick assignment for me. Let's solve this binary number 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 1. So solve this number and then submit it. I am going to give you an answer in 5 seconds. So if you convert this 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 1 correctly, you will end up having 63. So 63 is the decimal value of this binary number. Also, go ahead or feel free to solve this classwork or convert this binary to decimal 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 1. So one thing to note here is that those numbers are sequential. There is an arrangement for this. So here in the last video, which I titled it binary part 1, remember we said anytime a columns run out of numbers, the next number will be incremented to 0. So in this case, we have 1 1 1 1 1 1 here, and now if there is another column here, then this column will be incremented to 1, and that is why there is 1 here. This figure is 1. Let me clean it and rewrite it. So because here we cannot increase it because we run out of numbers, we run out of numbers, we run out of numbers until once it got to this place, then this one in another column will be incremented to 1, and this is what is going on here. So if you increase this and solve this binary number, you will end up having 65. And if there is any other column down here, maybe something like this, you will discover that here on this column, like I said earlier, those column or those formula is sequential. So here we managed to increase one column, so all other columns here are going to be carried down. So this is just a simple logic on how to convert binary from decimal. Today we have learned how to convert binary to decimal. In our next video, we are going to learn how to convert decimal back into binary. If you have watched this video to this point, please do well to give it a share and a thumbs up for more updates. See you in my next video.